Hey guys, it's been a while since we've talked. I've been doing some reading. Got some stories in. Got one from Pecos. Probably won't go into it a lot tonight. It'll be a new video, but I did want to share something with you. I haven't rehearsed this one, but wanted to share. Back whenever they've asked to remain anonymous, but back whenever a family member that I know that is very trustworthy, they told me a story. It's one of many stories that I know, and I try not to share a lot of mine because I know that if I put a lot of my information out there, I'm not saying that everybody's fake, but some people will mimic your story to try to give truth to it, and I try to stay as truthful about what we find as we can. But she was a young girl around this time, and well, she was left out in the car, and they had brought groceries home. It was, late evening, it was dark, and she woke up in the back seat, I guess, while they were, putting stuff away, carrying it in, and she went, to walk up to the porch, and as she got up to their porch, they had a high porch that you went up 2 large concrete steps up onto a porch. It's probably 4 foot off the ground, 5 foot, something like that. And when she went to go up it, she noticed something under the porch. What she described seeing, it looked, she said, kind of like a dog. It had pointy ears. Its snout wasn't as long as a dog's, more rounded, but it did protrude out from the face. Its eyes were set back, and it kind of showed its teeth at her. I don't know if it was smiling, growling, but it had its hand up over the side of the porch, she said, which was a large, hairy hand. Not anything that would match the description of a Bigfoot. But she ran in the house, of course, pretty terrified. She told her mom and dad. They went out and checked, and by this time it had left. I stayed down there on occasion. My family member had a stroke, and we stayed down there. We'd take care of her. And there was nights I heard it try to laugh. There was nights that I was scared to death. Me and my cousin were scared to death. There was nights that you could hear it growl. There was nights you could hear it try to mimic, like, talking like people, but you really couldn't understand it. It was like a mumble. And I remember one particular night that really scared us. Me and my cousin had set up, and everybody else was laying down, and she had a back door that faced the back pasture, and it was really dark in that back part of the house back there. The yard light was way out front, and I remember I was going to the restroom, and this was an old house, so when you walk, the floors would creak, and we was always afraid, hey, it's going to know where we're at, and the house had to be quiet. So we'd always try to tiptoe to the bathroom. We wouldn't turn on the lights. We had lights on, for the family member that had had the stroke. And whenever I went to the restroom that night, my cousin, he had sat at the dinner table, and he was kind of watching the door. He had his gun. I had my gun. I had a 30-30 at the time. I believe he had I think it was a 410 pump. May have been something different. I'll have to ask him. But anyways, I went into the restroom. The floor had creaked, and the doorknob turned, and something pushed on the door. It actually tried to come in through the door, and it scared us pretty good. It got to the point to where it would try the doorknobs. When other sisters would stay to take care of, the family member, they would take turns. The doorknob would get tried, and that was something new. Some felt that it was more after my mom than it was anybody else, because it was worse on the night she was there. One particular night, my mom showed up to take, her shift. It was late evening, and she got a phone call, and the sister said, "Don't come to the house." She had to pull up along a fence full of honeysuckle, and the sister had happened to look out, and this thing, whatever it was, had crawled in the old car that sat out there that didn't run. It had slithered in the back seat and was waiting for my mom to walk past it. So, yeah, I believe there's a Bigfoot, but I also believe there's something else down there. And I think that it is a threat. I believe it's not. I believe it's evil. I'm just going to say it. I believe it's evil. you know, that was just some of the things that I had witnessed down there. The sounds and noises we heard, we'd stay all night with my grandma. And, you know, many nights there'd be some weird stuff. I'm talking some weird shit. And it would scare us. I mean, we called the law out a few times, and one of the deputies that had came out, he actually walked out back and come walking to the front and said, y'all just need to keep this door locked and stay in at night because something out there hollered at me and I don't know what it was. And his exact words were, it scared the shit out of me. So, I mean, it was something that we just never knew what it was. It was there when my mom was little. It was there later on. It was there as the kids were older. And it's still there. So, a lot of people say, you know, they try to make up these, you know, these excuses that, well, maybe it was somebody dressed up down there. You know, well, maybe, you know, I'll entertain that. But I'll also say that if my mom and them were that young at the time this was happening, and it was somebody, they're in their 60s now. So this person is still down there running around, dressing up, jumping barbed wire fences. I mean, it's not plausible. Somebody at that age isn't going to be down there messing around in the dark. This time and age, everybody carries guns. I haven't seen an 80 or, you know, 90-year-old man that can run and jump a barbed wire fence and run across the pasture faster than, you know, younger guys are in good shape. Whatever this was, it originated in the bottoms, is my belief, and I believe that whenever, you know, one of the members of the family had went down there on their date, spook hunt, but they disturbed something that followed them back. It had fish scales all over their car. It always smelt like fish. It left fish scales everywhere it was at. Does it live in the water? Don't know. Is it because it goes through all the brush and the nasty water and it sticks to it, you know, sticks to it? I don't know. But if any of y'all have witnessed or heard anything like this, man, I'd sure be interested in it, because I've looked for years and I can't find anything on the internet that even matches anything like that. I know what I've seen and I know what I've heard, and there's a lot of it that you know, they've asked me to keep confidential. I'm going to tell you one we found, and they've asked to remain anonymous. When I was young, I was probably 16. We was out exploring, me and my cousin, and we came across a body. It looked like kind of like a monkey's body, but it had hooves. I mean, this was something that we wasn't sure what it was. It had a stub tail. Didn't have a long tail. Had a stub tail. It had hooves. It looked like a monkey's body, kind of. And we told the game warden at that time, and he came out, took it, and we didn't hear anything else. So he took it. That's all I can tell you. And I can tell you that it's something that like I'd never seen. It was missing its head. Its head was missing, like it was cut slick off. The head was gone. So that was, you know, that was something that really scared us. My mom was walking one day, had my little sister in a stroller, and something followed her all the way up through the barbed wire, in the grass, along the ditch as she walked down the road, making noises at her, growling. That night, whenever we went to bed, the dogs had a fit all night long, stuff scratching, banging on the windows. Has anybody else out there had any of this happen? If you have, I'd love to hear it. I want to post some pictures that the other video didn't download for some reason, so I'm going to try to get them at the end of this video, so hang in there and take a look at those. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Summertime's here. We are going to be in the woods. I've already been down there once, and I bet we're going to get a lot of sightings and recordings this year. So hang in there. I'll see what I can find you all, what I can get out there. It'll be the truth. It may not be a video just super fast. I got stuff coming in from Pecos, you know. We're going to get that out there, but like I said, I want to be honest. I want to, you know, I want it to be all honesty. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our new videos, and hit the bell so you're notified of our new ones coming out. And again, thanks Pecos for what you send in, and hopefully we'll get some more stuff in from our other viewers that I have contact with. Again, thank you.